How do we learn from the law of cause and effect? All right, that is the question for number 66 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. Now, if you'd like to get a free copy of a list of the abstracts of the 144 fractal faculties, just click the link in the description. I'll send that out to you for free, with the caveat that it is not completely up to date. And so there are a few things, maybe about 5 or 6 of them out of the 144 that need to be adjusted or juggled. But for the most part, it will provide you with a good reference point and a good background to get into these videos. Also, another thing that might help you with these videos is to watch my short video called Tree of Life, a short introduction, or Tree of Life, an introduction. Either one will get you up to speed enough so that you're able to follow along a little bit better with these 144 videos that I'm rolling out here every day. Now, number 66, how do we learn from the law of cause and effect? Now, okay, first you remember that the Tree of Life is more or less is a map of our consciousness. Each one of these spheres is numbered, and it is an aspect of our consciousness, or a capability or a faculty of our consciousness, an aspect. Okay, so there are 10 of these, plus there's the abyss and the 0 above the tree, so a total of 12. So these are our 12 major aspects of consciousness. Now, what we're talking about here for number 66 is we're talking about the 5th sphere. And the 5th sphere has to do with our sense of justice. That is the faculty of consciousness that it represents. Our sense of justice, our sense of fairness, our sense of even right and wrong. And this is mainly manifested in karma. You can think of the 5th sphere as kind of like a mirror that reflects back. Now, the 6th sphere has to do with our free will and free will faculty, and we can think of ourselves as acting from here, and when we act, there's a mirror, and so we get a reflection. As you sow, so shall you reap. What comes around goes around. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It's a boomerang effect. And so what we put in is what we get out. And karma judges us and reflects back to us based on violence, waste, and violation. So if we put violence in, we will get violence back. If we put waste in, we will get waste back. And so that is a window to be able to kind of figure out what's going on. So instead of, every time something bad happens to us, we call ourselves a victim, or a victim of bad luck, or, what's happening to us, something, I can't understand it. Well, karma gives us the opportunity to understand the bad things that are happening to us. We created those things, and they're coming back to us. Okay, so karma will give us the lessons that we need to turn to recognize that, oh, you know what, that even though it doesn't seem like it, what I've done was a violent act, and that's why I'm getting this violence in return. So we can learn to clean up our own behavior by paying attention to our karma. So karma is no longer our enemy, but it becomes our teacher and our friend. Okay, so now in terms of the 5th sphere, that is one of the 12 fractal faculties, the 12 faculties. Now to raise it up to the 144 fractal faculties, 144 is 12 times 12. So what we're really talking about is taking the whole tree, all 12 aspects of the tree, and really like shrinking down the tree so that we can apply it to each one of the 12 spheres. So we're basically going to the next level of categorization. We're taking each one of the 12 and breaking it down into 12. Okay, so when we break down the fifth sphere into 12, we get a mini 10th sphere and a mini 9th sphere and a mini 8th sphere and so on. And for number 66, what we're looking at is a mini 5th sphere within the 5th sphere. So this is really talking about kind of the essence of the 5th sphere when we're talking about number 66. And that is called cause and effect. Number 66, cause and effect. Stage number 66 is about using the law of cause and effect to help us with spiritual growth. What comes around goes around. As you sow, so shall you reap. What you give is given back to you. What you take is taken back from you. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And every action has not only a reaction, but also a resultant. Karma is accountability, the means of enforcing order. Karma is related to ethics. It works with the spirit. It is the connecting link between body and the spiritual. It measures violence, waste, and violation. Karma begins and ends with choices. Choices launch concepts and objects through time or space, and they will boomerang. The pendulum of justice set into motion. When we choose to make exceptions to divine law, exceptions to statistics, then the pendulum of justice is set into motion. Karma is based on intention. What is deep down in the level of our hearts? Karma is always just, always poetic. If we ignore the at first subtle messages of instant karma, then we revert to residual karma, which is number 18 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties. When there is a gap in time between cause and effect, which makes it harder to make the connections and learn from our karma. We avoid karmic repercussions when we refuse to reciprocate, reflect wrong actions, violence from others. But nonviolence is not anti-violence. We all commit violence. It is a part of life, but do we take responsibility for it? Nonviolence is accountability in taking responsibility for all violence as necessary, with incessant striving to further minimize the violence we deem necessary. Violence is a part of life, part of nature, but the amount allowed is minuscule, and it must be respectful and accountable. The law of karma allows for a much smaller allotment for violence than society's law allows. This includes protection and self-defense for you and your family, but not escalation, vengeance, confrontation, or punishment. The precise workings of karma are known as one of the four imponderables. We live a long succession of different lives that complicates cause and effect because the karma carries over as it follows the spirit, the soul. Souls can be connected to multiple bodies, multiple incarnations. So before we can get direct karma, we must deal with our past life indirect karma through disciplined self-sacrifice and shadow work. Even beyond this, cause and effect is intimately involved in our awakening. It is the second stage of insight. Once we have seen that we are not our body and we are not our mind, we begin to see that there is a cause and effect relationship. There is a cause, such as intention, and then an effect, such as movement. There is a cause, such as sensation, and there is an effect, namely a mental impression. Karma is always true, so natural law can be a teacher if we can learn to decode its lessons. Begin to decode one of the four imponderables. Okay, that is number 66, the fifth fractal of the fifth sphere, cause and effect. And thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. We'll be talking about all this in more depth as time goes along. But stay tuned because I'll be rolling out here number 67 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties in the near future. And again, if you'd like to get that complete listing, just click the link in the description and I will send that to you for free. Also, Venmo and Cash App addresses are listed in the description if you'd like to donate to the project. And otherwise, have a great day. We'll see you very soon.